I put a phone in the soda that's dope. We be on the neck getting foolish. Live on the set with the gang and Mike Cooley. I'm just coolin'. Coolin' with the gang. Coolin' with the gang. Cooley in the gang. We be on the neck getting foolish. Live on the set with the gang and Mike Cooley. I'm just coolin'. Coolin' with the gang. Coolin' with the gang. Cooley in the gang. Nothing better than a professor. Watch him cook up coolin'. Big G, can't forget my nigga Mike Coolin'. Keep it hot like a pot of carrot. Sweet as Mayberry. Question is she single? Is she single? We'll find out when I call in. I be geeking off G. Laughing till I'm nauseous. Caution, they going all in. Leaving no stones unturned, no topic untouched. They love to cuss and they fuck shit up. Brother, I keep my money right. Make sure you keep that money right. Make sure you keep that money right. Glam sham, keep the jewelry tight. Make sure you keep it. We on weekly. Make sure you peep it. Mad King state of mind, the best kept secret. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. So do it. Introduce it. The gang and Mike Coolin'. We be on the neck getting foolish. Live on the set with the gang and Mike Cooley. I'm just coolin'. Coolin' with the gang. Coolin' with the gang. Cooley in the gang. We be on the neck getting foolish. Live on the set with the gang and Mike Cooley. I'm just coolin'. Coolin' with the gang. Coolin' with the gang. Cooley in the gang.
You are tuned in to the Cooley and the Gang Show on Blockworks Radio.
What's going on, y'all? Yeah, I had to let one off early. How y'all feeling? It's Tuesday, February 15th, the day after the day where you had to prove yourself to the person that you're with and do all sorts of extra, above ordinary, spectacular stuff, and then treat them like shit for the rest of the year. So congratulations. I hope you all did everything you were supposed to do yesterday, and some of y'all probably licked some butthole for the first time. Who knows what happened, but and many blessings to you. How did y'all enjoy your Valentine's Day? Any roses?
I'm just gonna say every day is Valentine's Day.
Any roses?
Day.
No roses?
No roses.
Oh, you know
no roses. No. No. Somebody had a rose. It wasn't me.
Okay. Professor, did you prove your love to anybody yesterday? Yo?
Nah, I'm single and I just don't. I mean, I probably could have just to do it. I'm being single. I'm not really interested in doing something just to be doing it now. I was listening to, so just like a little tip for the guys that are listening. I know a lot of times
I got some. There you go. Hold up. Play some theme music for you. There you go, Professor.
It's some porno shit.
Ooh,
so look, just like a tip for the guys. I know as men we like to believe that we know all of the things that a woman wants and should, the way we supposed to treat women and things like that. But some things, if you're not used to doing them or your parents didn't do them, I mean, you're just not you don't know all that stuff. So I listen to like different little style things. I go on YouTube. There's a guy I follow on YouTube, and he brings up like different things as men that we can do, things that we think women are attracted to that really are annoying. I take heed to all the stuff that he talks about, right? So one of the things he said, I want you to think about the things that you have purchased for women and how did that work for you? And when you think about it, if a woman is into you, then that's one thing. But if you're trying to buy stuff to get her into you, more than likely that shit never works. Like if you think that you're gonna go buy, I don't know, these extravagant gifts or whatever to make her be closer to you, that shit never works. Ever works. If she likes you, then the gift is appreciated and it makes you feel better. But but I mean, it makes her feel better. But otherwise, yo, that shit don't work, man. Them days of me just trying to do shit, man. I tell you, like stuff that people don't even know. Yo, you know, when we was in middle school, I bought 2 girls herringbones, yo.
Damn, you got money.
You're not.
I bought
You got
2 herringbones.
money.
And if the girl is listening, I want her to comment because she told me years later what happened. She said she came home with the herringbone. She said she didn't even get to wear it, but the one day in school, she said her father took it from her.
Father took that shit from her.
Yep.
Yeah.
What told us that if a dude gives you something, he wants something. That's right.
Yeah, I did. I wanted something.
I know.
I wanted what everybody else was getting. I was trying
As Mike played that, as he played that on my jury show last weekend.
That was an accident. I didn't mean to hit that button. I really did. Shout out to Island Girl Love. She said her day was different but satisfying. What was different but satisfying? Break that down for us. What was different but satisfying about it? I'm curious now. G, how was your Valentine's Day? Did you buy any hearts, break any hearts?
No, I ain't do shit.
Okay. At all?
No, I ain't do shit. I went to the gym.
Ooh.
You ain't
No, I ain't do shit.
No?
Do I like what?
Oh damn, my bad, Mayberry. Yo, once all y'all get in here, I cannot even see.
I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear that bullshit. You have us sitting there for hours, for 10, 15 minutes trying to get in.
Mm-hmm.
I was on time and shit, and then you still ain't put me in.
Bullshit. You definitely wasn't on time.
Yeah, I was definitely on time.
He tried it.
I was. It's 6:07. I was on time.
He had his little
5 to 7 minute grace period.
Grace
So
period.
Mayberry, how was your Valentine's Day? Did you do anything spectacular? Break any hearts? Get any hearts?
Okay. All right. Well, Mike, what did y'all do? Did y'all do anything at this point in the game? As long as y'all been together, like, do y'all still do shit?
Wait a minute. First of all, you called us old almost.
Like twice in one sentence.
Wow.
2 times in one sentence.
I mean, y'all 40. Y'all 40 and shit. That's old.
No, it ain't.
And y'all been.
Shannon
Or
is
63. Which one is it?
a little
What's today?
older.
CG. I can't mess with you.
But I mean, I'm saying y'all been together so long, like at this point in the game, do y'all still buy cards and shit like that? Or like, Mike, do you buy a card and read it? And
know that there was a time limit.
No, we don't celebrate. We've
together.
never celebrated Valentine's because Mike is anti every holiday.
oh,
Every
you got one of them.
holiday.
Just another setup by the white man, yo.
So we've never celebrated
cheap
that.
bastard.
However, he was hungry last night, so I tricked him into taking me to dinner.
I had to give a disclaimer like, look, I just want some steak.
Whatever
this ain't
works.
a Valentine's Day dinner.
You paid
just
for
happen
it,
to be
so that
going out
works.
to eat during the day.
Oh shit.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not trying to be funny or nothing. I'm saying I've read my share of Valentine's Day cards, and they all say the same fucking thing. I love you. Happy Valentine's Day. Like at this point, right? At this point, like I could like write my own shit and on a piece of paper, and it would be the same thing.
And sometimes those little handwritten from your heart. Not
Oh no! I'm not.
All the 50-11 cards you read in the past,
Right.
but write me some shit. And
No. I'm not saying write you some shit. I'm saying I can write "I love you, be mine"
Happy
on a piece of paper, on a piece of red paper.
You want to save his $3? That's all.
Oh no, Mayberry. They a Valentine's Day card be like $6 to $7.
Yeah, I'm about to say $5.
Unless you go to the dollar store, you go get you a dollar store card, 99
That,
cents.
that should just say the dollar store say shit. That should just say I love you. That's it. It don't say nothing else.
It says more than that.
That's all.
Nah.
Don't nothing else need to be said. Other than that, you can emboss it yourself.
So I could just write I love you, happy Valentine's Day, be mine, and then that be on a red piece of paper and be done.
Not a
Well,
red.
Island Girl D Love says my first year in poly, and my girlfriend spent the day with our girlfriend. 13 years prior, I was always with my kids and their dad, and I did that. We had dinner, and then I went home alone. Note that I spent my weekend wonderfully with my girlfriend, and she says she prefers paper with your own words.
Yeah.
Shout
I
out
like
to
that.
our new girl.
She said different but satisfying. Ew.
I can't stand you shit.
So I
So
wonder, I wonder how many women would actually really like that though. Like if a guy did something,
Their own words.
like did their own words, or tried to create something that would be
Oh, that'd be different.
nice for them. Like I saw the little.
Like
I
the
don't
way
know if
Mayberry
you
looked
guys-
up, it reminded me of the Brady Bunch. She was like,
You remember? Did y'all see the little thing where the guy bought the lady the fake Louis Vuitton purse, and
was
the
a
box
video?
and shit fell apart? Yeah, it was a video. It was a little video, but she called him because he had bought a fake purse, and the
Okay, well,
box
that's
was
different. Don't if you can't afford to buy the real thing, don't buy the
Don't
fake
get it
thing.
at all.
So that's what I said, right?
"Is that the
But-
preference?"
Huh?
Yes. People
Oh,
can tell when it's fake.
If it's something name brand and you can't afford it, don't buy
Don't
the
buy.
fake.
Stick with
Unless you know your girl rocks the fake stuff, then that's something different. But if you
Shut up,
don't
G.
go and try to buy something fake to substitute for something you can't afford. I'd rather you just go ahead and spend your money. Take me to dinner. Say that money you spend on that fake and feed my fat ass.
Yeah, don't go to
Stay within your budget. I second that. Stay within your budget. If your budget is we just go to dinner, then let's just go to dinner. The
Because
budget
9 times out of
is
10, I already know you can't afford it.
if
Right.
the
Okay,
budget is all you can afford is a bag from Express. Let's say you only got $200. Just stay within your means. Like don't try to go outside of your wheelhouse. Like
see, I don't think that's fair either. Like if it's our first year, I might do some spectacular shit. Like I might even throw some rose petals and shit all on the bed and on the floor. I might get some sexy underwear. But next year, next year, you gotta get the card with a piece of paper. And I'm gonna write. I love you.
That is a
Meet
high.
mine. I'm just saying.
So, G, you just
Yeah,
get that
birthday shout out to Mac. Did y'all
That's
talk to
right.
Mac today?
Today is Mac's birthday.
Yeah, we did. We talked. I did. I talked to him.
That's why he took off. He took off for his birthday.
He ain't doing shit.
He probably watching.
I know.
He in a
What-
comment
what-
somewhere.
Where he could just be on here talking shit with us.
Professor, but I think there's a lot of women who would appreciate that, especially if she's a grown ass woman, would appreciate a gift that a card or written something that generally comes from the heart, like you generally telling me how you feel.
Right.
And not that you try to gas me, but like some real genuine shit. Like
that you
that
been
shit
through.
is dope because you're not gonna get too many
Lord.
people to do that. And there's not a whole lot of men who are truly
Transparent.
truly express their
vulnerable.
feelings.
Yeah, they're not vulnerable.
So
Yeah, vulnerable, exactly, vulnerable. So to have somebody to be vulnerable with you,
Yes.
yeah, that like that, you know, like I said, especially a grown woman who can understand it and appreciate it, that goes a long way.
So I think that some guys are just afraid. I
Yeah.
think that they're afraid that to really be themselves and do what they would really want to do because they fear that you're gonna throw it back at them in a way like, oh, you didn't think enough about me to do X, Y, and Z. Now again, it's all the mentality of the person, and I think you kind of know the type of person that you're dealing with. But that started from that goes back to what I said in the beginning about how guys will do things, or we think that by doing certain things, it's going to make her like me more. I don't think there is a such thing as her liking you more in purchasing stuff. But that's something that men, I think that we believe that that's how that shit works. Like if I buy her these extravagant things, she's going to like me more.
I think it's more so that's some women. Some women, like I know me, that might not be my thing, but I feel like because some of you guys come across a certain caliber of woman or women, that they are very materialistic. They want their bills paid. They only striving for a come up. They're looking at you as a ladder to come up.
Right.
Sometimes people transfer their same behaviors into their new relationship because they're like, oh, well, this is what happened, or this is what worked in a previous. So then they cut and paste it into their current, because I know I don't give a shit about no gifts.
Yeah.
It's like respect. It's like respect and loyalty. Like, can I trust you? Are you loyal to me? You know, those type of things are worth more to me than money and things, because those memories, I can't attach a memory to a gift. It's the time that I spend with somebody. It's the time that they allocate to me. But there's a lot of women. To your point, yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead. So to Rudy's point, I feel like for me personally, I'm a one-time guy. Like I think for me, I'm more if I do it this time, I might forget to do it again next time. So like this year, it might be something extravagant. You know what I mean? I might even fucking go over in a helicopter and shoot like confetti out and shit like that. Write your name across the sky. But next year, I may really just give you a card and that be it. So I'm not saying that it's not. I'm not trying to buy your affection or buy your love, but for me, I think consistency is what it is. That's why I ask at this point, as long as y'all been together, like, do y'all still buy cards and do you still send flowers? And like, if I send flowers every day this year, next year you might not get shit. I just forgot, or I just didn't think that I overdid it. Like, when do you go to the next thing? Like, we buy flowers this year, next year we do cards. That type of shit for me. I just forget. I mean,
let me say this, because my parents been married since 77. They've been together since 74. To this day, at 74, and let's see, my dad is, I'm bad. And 77, they actually still buy each other's cards. Mm-hmm. My dad, every now and again, he gives my mom some flowers. So
yeah, I mean, every now and then, like, you know what I'm saying? But to say that I bought a card, or I bought flowers every day on the 3rd of September, or I bought cards every 3rd of the month, like, I'm not doing that shit. I'll just forget.
You never know, though.
Well,
yeah, I know.
Like every month.
See, that's what I'm saying. It depends on the type of person you are,
right?
Because if that's your general nature, then you're not going to forget to do those things, because that's what you generally do.
Right. I'm not. Mine ain't genuine. I just did it for some ass.
So it's conditional. If that's not you, then that's not something you're going to do. However, if you guys celebrate Valentine's, and that's something that you're going to do every year, you can't forget to do whatever it is that you guys are doing, because now you've set that expectation. So
expectation,
yes,
right? Yeah.
If you're bringing home flowers every month on the 3rd, and then June 3rd, randomly you don't come in the house with the flowers, yes, your woman, me, I'm gonna look at you like, yo, what happened? Because that's what we do. That's what you do. That's what I'm used to. That's what you trained or taught me to expect on that day. So when something switch up, my feelings gonna be hurt.
No, I could dig it. I mean,
you don't do it all year long, and then you only doing something on Valentine's Day, you whack too.
Yeah, you definitely whack on that. But I mean, for Valentine's Day, I think like a card is all. It's certain things that I expect. Like Valentine's Day, I expect at least a card. My birthday, I expect a birthday cake. Like, if it ain't no birthday cake, it ain't no fucking birthday. I don't give a shit. What you buy me?
I need cake on my birthday too. I agree.
I had 2 birthday cakes in the basement one time.
Yeah, I need a birthday cake. So Valentine's Day, I need a Valentine's Day card.
Do you read the card?
Absolutely.
You read it out loud?
I read that motherfucker, and I read it out loud, and I can hear my voice saying it like in a movie. It's like Morgan Freeman voice reading this shit. I can hear it on top of my head. And if it's real good, I might do like that, shed a little tear. But hell yeah, I read the card. I read it. Absolutely.
Now I will admit, like, we might not do Valentine's Day, but when it comes to picking out cards, like, it takes me a while to pick out cards, because I don't like just buying some random shit. Right. I make sure it fits the mold of the relationship I'm in, even when it's for my children. I like to grab the cards like, you pieces of shit. I just can't. I love you, but get the fuck out. Right? I take my time when it comes to picking cards.
I got questions for the fellas. Quick question for the guys. So do y'all, because I talked about this last week, but do y'all expect to get something from a female if you're in a relationship or newly dating and you happen to come around the holiday, do you guys expect something from a lady?
No, and don't expect nothing from me if that's you. I mean, I feel like if you're in a relationship, I'm not gonna disrespect that man, and I'm not expecting anything in return from somebody.
That's what you meant.
Yeah, I'm about to say maybe I
me and you just met and we just started talking and kicking it, and the holidays is around. Are you expecting me?
I want a card. I want a card. I'm at least get you a card.
So, and if you are in a long-term relationship, do you have an expectation of exchanging gifts as a man? Do you feel like your woman, your wife, should be getting you something or taking you out on a date? Or I know you hate this, G, but you know, what if she try to give you her purse? You know, I know you don't think that's a gift, but what do you expect to receive on Valentine's Day?
I still want a card. At bare minimum, I want a card. That's it. The bare minimum, and I don't expect a whole lot. Like the bare minimum is at least a card, because I read my card. When I go find a card, I read it. Like Mike said, it's got to be for the situation. It's gonna be to the T. I've been to 3 different stores one time looking for a card because all the cards they had was some bullshit. Yeah. So at least a card lets me know that even if you've got a bullshit card, you at least thought enough to go get a card. You looked at it, you might have read the little shit. It might have said, "Be mine, happy Valentine, I love you, adios." I'm good with that, but I'm talking about, like, I done went through some heartfelt shit. Like like I said, Morgan Freeman reads my shit to me in my mind. So yeah, at least the card.
Why do I hear Morgan Freeman when he's doing Shawshank Redemption? Like when he's telling
either one of you. Oh my God. So you want a gift?
Huh?
Do you
All
want
right, so I'm gonna answer that. But before I answer it, I just had that same conversation with my father, because my father just said it to me. He just said to me, you ain't had nobody, get nothing for you or anything like that. I said, well, some women of today don't believe that's just for women, that holiday or that day is just for women. Getting a guy a gift or getting something for a guy is feminine. Now let me say this. I don't know where this shit come from that everything that men do is gay or feminine. Like, why the fuck? Why is it that everything that a guy wants, just because traditionally your father may have been okay with him not getting shit and going out and shoveling snow and laying in the ground and shit, he was okay with that.
In the ground.
That don't mean that I'm okay with it. Is it okay for me to want to feel like I'm valued? Shit, the men of yesterday did a whole bunch of shit, and they were okay with a whole bunch of dumbass shit that I'm not okay with. So why can't I be loved just like you are? And why can't I have that?
You good on a teddy bear? You good on a teddy bear with a heart and everything?
I definitely don't want no fucking teddy bear. I just saw some shit.
What about a balloon? You want a balloon and say I love
don't want a balloon either. I think for me,
you want a chocolate heart. You want chocolate heart.
You want a bottle.
I think for me, truthfully, I'm a real simple guy. You could do something real simple like, hey, listen, come over. I'm cooking dinner. Hey, listen, let's have some wine. And this might be some shit we do all the time. But just because it's that day, flip it up a little, switch it up a little bit. Don't let me call you and say, let's do dinner. Call me and say, let's do dinner.
All right, so what if she cooked dinner, but she cooked dinner in a nice little nightie, little something cute, some heels on?
That's cool. That's nice. I appreciate that. Like I my thing is, I'm appreciative about anything that somebody give me. You can give me a fucking pencil, and I'm like, damn, this is nice. I'm gonna use this motherfucker, and I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna sharpen the shit up, and I'm gonna use it every goddamn day.
Sharpen it up.
Yeah, I don't even write nothing no more. But if I write, I'm gonna have my little journal and shit, and I'm gonna, I'm gonna write down some shit. I'm gonna show you something. Hold up, before y'all go forward, I'm gonna show you something real quick. So one of these books. Yo, this girl gave me something 2 years ago for my birthday, and I kept it because I thought this shit was awesome, yo. Oh. This is a card. Make sure her name not on here first. This is a wooden card. I don't know which one.
I've seen those before.
Oh, that's dope.
But this shit was some nice shit. And like something simple like this.
Oh, somebody loves you. Oh, Professor.
We don't even speak no more. So,
but she took the time to do that. She had to think of what she wanted on that to present to you, so that every time you looked at that card,
this shit was dope.
Of her.
Right. This shit was definitely dope. And see, like it's little stuff like this that I appreciate. It don't have to be something real materialistic. Like it don't have to be some clothes. It don't have to be a belt. It don't have to be some shoes. It don't have to be anything like that. But do I expect anything? The sad part about it is I've been disappointed by people so many times in my life that I don't expect anything from anybody anymore. More often than not, to be honest with you, more often than not, that's one of the reasons why you'll never hear me tell you when my birthday is coming up. If you notice, I never say anything about it. Somebody else will say something about it because I've experienced disappointment, around that time of year. So I just don't even say shit. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Same thing with Valentine's Day. I'm not going to ask you for anything because if you don't do it, I'm going to feel some kind of way. So I'd rather, if it happens, cool. If it doesn't, cool.
Don't have no expectations.
Right.
Fuck that. I want a card and a birthday cake.
You didn't answer. Well, you don't celebrate the holidays.
You tuned in. Y'all gonna let me? Y'all.
Go ahead, boss. You got that.
You are tuned into the Cooley and the Gang Show live every Tuesday night, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Me, Barry.
You tuned in too.
We appreciate all you. Everybody take a second, hit that share button. We tell you to bring a friend with you. Hashtag CNTGShow. We appreciate that. Island Girl D Love. She also says, I feel like being together a long time, we should have talked about plans or something in the knowing of what we want to, or what we're going to do. So that's kind of what we said. Like, once you with somebody, like we were saying, G, like you know who you with. Yeah, people do change and grow in different directions, but for the most part, whether or not we going somewhere. If we ain't
celebrating.
If you're a flowers type of guy, I mean, if you only give me flowers when I say something, guys like flowers. Didn't the professor say don't be putting unfair monikers on me? He don't want no
flowers though. He don't want flowers.
A girl bought me some flowers before.
I've never had that happen. Flowers, no.
Yo, this shit was funny.
Yo. A plant. I can understand a female buying a man a plant.
A plant.
Give me a cactus. I want a cactus.
Yeah, but that's a plant family. But I ain't about to buy you amongst them roses.
Floral,
she bought some fucking roses. Let me tell you what happened.
Edible arrangements. I have done that.
I'm not getting edible lilies. I'm not doing no tulips.
Let me tell you how it happened. What happened was, me and my cousin were actually living together, and she and her homegirl came over. She wanted to stay the night. She stayed the night, but I'm a gentleman. I ain't even touch her. She laid in the same bed and everything. I turned my back to her, went straight to sleep. The next morning when I woke up, she had left out before I got up, came back in with some roses and cooked breakfast for all of us.
Wow. That was sweet. That was nice.
The
roses were table decorum for the breakfast.
You probably don't talk to her no. You don't talk to her no more, even do you?
I don't talk to her no more.
Not table decorum.
I tried.
Oh, that was decorum. That was decoration. That was the setup for the whole breakfast buffet that she had out on the table.
The luncheon, the brunch.
It was a thought that count, she wasn't thinking this is not masculine enough, but it was a thought that count.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know about no flowers, shorty. That's. But
I ain't buying no flowers.
That's a beyond me.
And J. Rich says your maturity level determines how you feel about gifts.
That's true. That's true.
Well, I'm a fucking kid because I want a goddamn card. Father's Day too. Ain't Father's Day. If I don't get no card for Father's Day, fuck the kids, they mamas. Yeah.
I don't think that we're looking for at the minimum a card is not. I don't think that's too much to ask. Like that's the bare. Like,
but you know what's crazy? That you say that, but it's really. I mean, like to not get a card. I guess a lot of people that just don't give a fuck about a card. Like you'd be amazed at the amount of women that just ain't going to buy a card. Like fuck it, they just give you extra $20 and put it in your hands.
You need to dump them.
Yeah, I need a
I
card.
had to train Mike.
Train me what to buy cards?
Yes.
Bullshit. I'm a card buying motherfucker.
No. No. When you buy a card, hold on. No, you don't. When you buy a card, you do a damn good job buying cards. However, because he is the type that don't celebrate nothing.
I buy cards when I get in trouble.
Nothing.
You're supposed to
nothing.
do.
I had to tell him, like, yo, like, just because
happy wife, happy
you
life.
don't celebrate it, it's not about you. Like I do. So yeah, I want a card on this date or that date. Like, and it's so bad because I think he got Frank that way that I had to be like, yo, Frank, where's my card? Frank's like, I don't even like cards, but it's not about what you like because it's not for you.
Yo, it's just too many goddamn holidays, yo.
Is it really?
St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, Mardi Gras, Cinco de Mayo, Christmas,
Mardi Gras,
Christmas, Thanksgiving. Like every time I turn around, I gotta go in my pocket and do like. So we gonna cut some of these motherfuckers out. You get your birthday, anniversary, and Christmas, and the rest of them we just gonna say fuck them. Fuck them.
I know I should have married somebody else.
Damn.
Yo, shoot the gun, Mike. Shoot the gun. Mike me.
Gee, did you see my TikTok today?
I did. I ain't had time.
It said, what's the one thing about your wedding that you should have done? It said, I should have never showed up. I should have been a runaway bride.
Damn. Mike, you got to do better.
No one's there.
I'm sorry.
And he don't even care.
Look,
he don't.
That's why I can play. White don't care.
You gotta go somewhere and cry. All this money.
I'm just saying, like, but realistically, every time you turn around, like it's Children's Day, Grandparents' Day.
Really? Children's Day? Isn't that only in church?
Shit you got, like, it's
that's at school. At school, they got Grandparents' Day and shit. Yeah. You know, they do that, but
it's on the calendar.
I know she lying, Sienna. I know she lying. I ain't paying her no mind. I'm the best thing that ever happened.
You know
to her.
what? I can't stand my friends. How they like you more than me?
Same reason my family like you better than me.
True that. I need some new fucking
Not true
friends.
That.
They probably take in Mike.
Look, gracefully created siblings day. What the fuck?
Gracefully. Whose side are you on? Gracefully?
Like it's a day for every. Like fuck that. Like enough is enough. Like,
you do
hey, Maisha. Hey, Sienna.
No.
It's not all that.
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed their Valentine's Day.
Mike, don't forget the side chicks. Their true Valentine's Day is the 13th and the 15th. So today.
Jump today.
Green beans and the mashed potatoes, you know.
Oh, you know what, Lene, you're right. People did
say
wait a minute. No, Saturday. It's the 2 days, 2 days before and the 2 days after. So
well, either way, they get the green beans. They decide.
I don't know. Some people didn't pick up on that any way they can.
Side chick, somebody got side chick jewelry and all that stuff.
Private investigators was making bank.
Side chick holidays. So what's up, Pete?
I was just gonna say, you know, a few years ago they came up with March the 14th for the fellas.
What's that? Blowjob and steak and blowjob.
Steak and blowjob day. So
we're taking this shit off the table too.
Wait a minute. If I didn't get no card for Valentine's Day, I like my steak medium. Just
I hate you sometimes. I really hate you and your board.
Take a mild to medium. I'll see you next month.
Super Bowl was Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Did you all watch the Super Bowl?
Or did y'all just show up for the concert?
I picked the Rams. I had the Rams winning a long time ago. I was rooting for Cincinnati, but I knew the Rams was gonna win. So like last year, Tampa Bay won at home. They played the Super Bowl at home. LA did the same thing this year. I saw that shit. The writing was on the wall. Once I realized they was playing it in LA, I said there was no choice but the Rams to win it all, and shit, they did win it all. So
okay.
I wasn't impressed with the concert though.
I knew it. Wait.
No. I like the music that was played because it was like for my generation. So the music was on point. I was expecting a little more. Like I thought it was gonna be, you know what I mean, for it to have been the first hip hop performance, rap performance. It should have been like some Sweat from a Balls. I thought it was gonna be like some CB4 shit and motherfuckers was gonna be, but it really wasn't. It was just regular.
So Mike was like, he had heard that they were supposed to be the hologram.
Tupac hologram. I was waiting for that Tupac hologram. Like,
and I saw a lot
like
of that up and down my
Christmas,
social media feed. Like people were looking for that hologram.
Woo, I was waiting for Tupac,
Jesus.
that Tupac hologram when it came up when Dre got on there and started playing. I ain't mad at you on the piano. Man,
y'all better be happy. Y'all got 50 Cent and his wife beater instead.
But I told y'all last week that I wasn't watching the Super Bowl because I thought we was all on the same page and I thought we was all in solidarity because of the whole black coach thing. But
who the fuck is y'all?
Obviously, I was on the island by myself. I thought I was at the black cookout, and I guess I was at the white cookout.
I didn't get that memo. It's too many colors in the NFL for me not to watch the NFL. So, I mean, we can argue about the coaches. I hope they get another one, but it's too many colors already out there running that ball. So,
do you remember you remember what Jimmy the Greek said, G?
What he said?
I'm gonna play this clip from Jimmy the Greek. He was a sports. I think he was a sports reporter or newscaster or something. But I'll play that real quick.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow!
Everybody wants them to. If they take over coaching like everybody wants them to, there's not going to be anything left for the white people. I mean, all the players are black. I mean, the only thing that the whites control is the coaching jobs. Now, I'm not being derogatory about it, but that's all that's left for them. The black talent is beautiful. It's great. It's out there. The only thing left for the whites is a couple coaching jobs.
Yeah, maybe we need to get more black coaches.
Oh, it's all right with me. Okay, well, I'm sure that they'll take over that pretty soon too.
You want me to tell you why there aren't any black executives? I'm not going to be just because the blacks aren't intelligent.
No, I mean he didn't say anything that we don't already know. You know, it's something that they're gonna give you just a little bit, and that's what I hate about colors. And Rudy's always said they get the colors just enough for motherfucker to shut up, and then you ain't gotta hear their mouth no more.
That was your concert.
Yeah, that's it. It's just enough to shut you up. So like next year, you're not even gonna be thinking about there's no colored coaches. But I mean, the way that coaching is being done, they go get a motherfucking white offensive coordinator and give him a head coaching job and overlook the black man who's been there for 37 years. You know, he's probably next up in the rankings. But there'll never be more than 10 black coaches. They're not gonna let that happen. Then you taking over most of the fucking NFL. They're not gonna do that. I don't give a fuck how good you are. Belichick could have been a nigga and he still wouldn't be a head coach.
Yeah. So G loved the game, hated the halftime show. What about you, Linnea?
It was just like taking me back down memory lane. But I mean, when Mary J did that Holy Ghost fallout, I was like, good God. She was tired.
I missed that part. I was like, how the hell did I miss that?
She was tired. She 51.
They called her Mary J thighs. Hey.
Yeah.
Get us all little. Put on our heels.
She turned around. I saw a little butt cheek underneath there. Yeah, buddy.
That little cup.
Yeah, she had a little. It was just a little bit. It wasn't a lot.
Wait a minute. Do it again, G. Do the hand again real quick.
It was just a little bit. It wasn't a lot.
A little bit. Just enough to grip on that. Just enough.
It was enough to slide your hand down. You know.
So it feel like it went somewhere, and not just straight down.
Yeah.
Still tilt. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. So, Linnea, the game. So, what do you rate the halftime show out of 1 to 10?
I would say at the most, I'll say 7. Okay. I take some points off because Eminem took but he already announced that he was going to do that, so he was going to do the knee, which I'm a little. He's Eminem. Enough said.
Good night.
Mayberry.
What's popping?
What did you watch the game?
Barely.
Did you watch the halftime show?
Barely.
what you saw, 1 to 10.
Like I'm playing. I watched more
I
than
knew
half.
you watched that halftime show.
Yes, I did.
You was
'Cause I
probably in the
wanted-
living room sweating in some more shit, like, oh, doing your Mary J dance. I know you was.
I had to, rock with Murray real quick, with the hand doing this and everything. I had to do that. But I'm gonna just say, like, to Linnea, what she said, it was good to have that flashback. Because usually we get the halftime and it's a lot of stuff that's going on like right at that moment and what's going on right there, then and there. And it just felt good to have a flashback and really see some artists that we grew up on and still seeing them in their craft and doing that and rocking out today. So it was a good flashback. So for that purpose, I'll give it an 8 for a flashback, but I feel like they could have did better. But we also have to be thankful in a pandemic, because we're still in COVID, we're able to get some level of entertainment. So if nothing, let's at least look at it from that perspective, because we ain't had to get shit.
Sure shouldn't.
So what about, so along the lines of what you just said, us being able to kind of get that nostalgic piece of it, can you see that same show, all, hip hop, R&B, with any artist from today?
No. Only reason why is because everybody, these little, and I'm glad even Ice-T said it when he was telling the little rappers, when y'all coming to LA, like, don't be on some rah. It's like 50,000 active gang members in LA. Like, don't be coming over here on that BS. Everybody a gangster. Everybody a fake gangster. Everybody out here falsing. Everybody want to be this, want to be that, and they not. Yeah, they hot-headed. So
don't do it.
Really seeing today's generation come together collectively for something like that, I just don't see it. I'm not saying that it can't happen. I would love to see it happen. But no, I mean, look at no, I don't see that.
All right, Professor. Shout out to Jada. Jada, we ain't seen you in a minute.
So I thought the game was really interesting. The funny part is I don't do no sports betting, but the score was 13-3. LA was up. The dude said bet $50. I'm looking at the score like, this motherfucker must got the fixing or something. What the fuck is he see some shit I don't see? I said bet. Yo, I went and sat down, came back. The score was 20-13. I said, what the fuck is that?
No.
I said, yo, this nigga got me, right? So he laughing and falling back in his chair and shit. And he was like, yo, you want to double up the bet? Man, shit, I'm ready to tell you now, mine. Shit, so when it came down towards the end, I said, yo, that's good right here. I said, because if they score right here, the game is over. But if they do some dumbass shit, I'm gonna lose this money. They went on and scored. I had that look like, yeah, go ahead, run that little bread over there. But in my heart, I was like, yo, that shit was terrible, yo. I don't like this shit. I said, that's why I don't fuck with that sports betting shit, yo, because there's always some stupid shit going on with sports. So the game to me was okay. I think that LA struggled. I mean, they won, yeah, but they struggled. And I feel like they shouldn't have struggled that way, but they did. They struggled like shit in that game. The halftime show, I feel like what G said, I think it definitely could have been better. It'd have been nice if they put a little more into it. But you got to also remember something too. The guys, a lot of the main performers, how old are they?
56. The oldest one is 56.
So with that age range, some of the energy they may have had before, they ain't got that shit anymore. I mean, I don't care how much Adderall they might take or whatever it is they might do. They ain't gonna be able to maneuver around that stage and do no whole bunch of
not maneuver.
Exactly. Like dang.
Maneuver around the stage.
Not maneuver.
The youngest one was Kendrick. And he's 30.
I can dig it, but I mean, for me, I think like the music selection could have been a little bit better. Like it was certain songs that they could have came out with. Like I thought M should have did something else. Like he had a little bit. Like even if they made everybody, I know it's time. So like even if everybody had got like 1 minute of 5 different songs, it was just the music selection for me. I felt could have been definitely a lot better.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it should have been some gin and juice. It should have been some motherfucking, what's my motherfucking name? The Temptation should have came out with the stylistics and all that. Yeah, it should have been a whole bunch of shit.
But they probably had to get their music approved. I mean, you notice every single time we come on there, it's been some stuff.
Right.
Get all of their things like pre-approved. Like, nope, that song can't get done. Y'all can't, because that'll be an invitation for y'all to be on here smoking weed, drinking alcohol. Because you know, they just rolling down the street smoking endo, sipping on gin and juice. Snoop would have had a blunt.
But we in Los Angeles. That shit is legal. You know what I'm saying?
But still advertising it during the halftime when there's other states that are not legal and everything.
I'd have been on my best CB4 shit. We'd have played Sweat from My Balls. We'd have shut it down. It would have been balls flying through the air. CB4, yo, MC Gusto. I'd have had all that shit.
Well, you know that they did. You see that they did censor Kendrick songs because his first song, it started off with Pyrus and Crips all got along. They cut that. They did. They told him he couldn't say that. And then All Right, you know, we hate the po-po. One of the killers dead in the street foot, and they told him he couldn't say that. And you notice those two crossed out. They didn't play those. So outside of that, I don't think it was a lot of censoring. I think
it should have been some Impalas jumping around, riding on the grass.
But they did the whole thing on the. Did y'all realize they were performing on top of the city of Compton? Like,
yeah, we saw that, but it wasn't no motherfucking Impalas jumping up, no 6 floors and all that other shit. And you know what I mean? It could have been a lot better. They should let me did it.
Hey man, Linnea, what was you doing over there, girl? I think
they be like
the hydraulics.
Yeah, the little hydraulics. Then they got those big old high bars.
Yeah, some 3-wheel motion and shit. Fuck that Super Bowl performance.
Oh my Lord.
I thought it was good culture, like just kind of like for our for our generation, just kind of like having that moment, like just to kind of take us back and just really be in that moment and just kind of just that feel good moment that we don't have anymore, especially when it comes to like we literally have to go back and like NJ Rich say like I listen to Pandora like to get that type of music. We have to kind of tap back into that. So to have that moment of that mixture to take us back was definitely a feel good moment. 50, what y'all expect? He was wearing the clothes from that time when that song dropped.
Literally, that was the same.
He had that beat on.
That was the same fucking shirt.
Rushing to his head.
He did his thing though. I was watching him crip walk. He was doing his thing in his blue. He was doing his whole
Oh shit! Sorry about that.
And there were a couple things that happened during the show that where people are wondering if the NFL had any say so in this. One of them being M taking a knee behind you at that point, and then the other being that Kendrick didn't. Either he didn't say it or it was censored. We couldn't tell watching on TV. But there's
Eminem was told not to do it. Not to take
do it anyway. He's Eminem.
But
just for the record, I told y'all since we didn't have no guests that the show Mike was gonna be fucking up, pushing the wrong buttons and shit like that. It was just.
He didn't say that last week.
I mean, now at the next guest that we have, it's gonna be smooth sailing. But at the moment we don't have no guests, he just be like, "Fuck it," he be pushing buttons, videos, get the show on his shit, random. Yeah, my man. Way to go, way to go, Captain.
We act like we got some sense when we have company. We can act a fool when is this us?
God damn, Mike.
Mike,
it'd be a lot of shit going on over here. And
Shannon, give him a hug real quick. Give him a hug, Shannon, please. Just give your baby some love. Oh, look at the love. Oh,
he wanted that shit too because he laid his head down.
We streaming in so many places, it's causing my computer to kind of freeze a little bit. So I opened the screen and it wouldn't let me mute the shit.
Gee, don't let him get away with them excuses. Let him get away with them.
Just know I said it last week, so.
Sure did.
He definitely did call that one out. NJ Rich says, so when you think about it, one of the largest stages in the U.S. cut out pieces of songs that could teach something. Let me know when they put Public Enemy on the halftime show without cutting the songs. DJ Rich is very upset about this whole halftime thing. I've never seen it.
How you really feel?
Like,
Joe, borderline, you might need to go ahead and send him the stream link. He might need to come on.
Yeah, he was upset about it. I mean, I was on my island. I was like, fuck it. I ain't watch. Then Shannon come in there and turned it on. I ain't had nowhere to go. Aiden watching in the living room. I wasn't gonna go sit in my car.
I just wanted to watch the concert. I was good after the concert. I told you I was going to the concert.
Not the concert.
I went to the concert. That's all I wanted to see.
Yeah. She said the concert. She did.
Yes. But it was funny because when I was on the mic, I was saying, like, even with like what Professor was saying earlier, or G, one of you was saying, like, about the fact, like, we were excited about halftime show, you know what I mean, because of what it represented for us. But it was also, once again, that dangle, you know what I mean? When now, where, you know, there's those that are still not watching sports from Dallas, and there's, you know, those that are now mad about the black coach. So there's all these little entities, but they knew there was not in hell that 95% of us was not going to run to them TVs, turn the TV on at least during halftime show, and they was going to get those views for that time. I
got a good post to go with that. So this was posted in our the group text that I'm in. It says a corporation that has been scrutinized for not hiring black leaders / coaches made artists of the Black National Anthem sung out in the parking lot, paid a black entertainer to hire out fellow black entertainers to see walk for white audiences like it's 1840. Black America thinks it's a win.
Say it again.
A corporation that has been scrutinized for not hiring black leaders / coaches made artists of the quote Black National Anthem sang out in the parking lot, paid a black entertainer to hire out fellow black entertainers to see walk. That's Jay-Z, because Rock Nation sets the show up. So it says paid a black entertainer to hire out fellow black entertainers to see walk for white audiences like it's 1840. Black America thinks it's a win.
Damn. And the corporation referred to you as they talk like the NFL. The NFL is not putting us on the map. They hired out for them to hire out for free.
Right.
Like I said, they're gonna give you just a little. They're gonna give you just enough for you to shut the fuck up.
Make you happy. That's what they do to us every time, and what we do
every time, and we eat it up.
Get all happy.
But like like G said, okay, do we want coaches, head coaches? Yes. Do I think the NFL should have more than? I don't even know. I don't even think they have one black owner, which is. Y'all know I'm about numbers, and you know statistically those odds don't really add up to me. One black coach, no black owners, but majority black league. Okay, but like you said, there are African Americans that are making money from the NFL, whether they're a player, whether they're an assistant coach, whether they cleaning up some of the goddamn arenas, and they not white people are cleaning them too. So let's not just make it seem like we only clean it. But I'm just saying, like. It's not like
we can't forget about the other entities
of
it all.
So is the bigger issue we just want coaches? So after we coaches, next is going to be like, okay, well, we need owners.
Okay, so before you go to owners, like there are certain teams that do have like partial owners that are African American, like so I think like Serena Williams and her sister might own like some of the Miami Dolphins or something stupid like that. I feel like Russell Wilson might own something. I know he got a baseball team.
Can you do that and still be a player? You can't own nothing.
Yeah, I think he owned. I know he owns a baseball team, but I mean, like, there's certain things that you can buy. And I think, like, shit, even if we put our money together, we could buy like part of like the Chicago Bears or something like that, or whatever. But yeah, I mean, they're not gonna let too many colors get in. But I do feel like, you know, I don't see a white owner getting tired of his team and selling his team to a colored. Like, I don't think that even with the money that a Jay-Z may have or Puff Daddy and them, I don't really see them selling their team to a colored. And they're not just gonna give the slave house away. They're not gonna get a big house away. You know what I mean? The slave ships they're not gonna put a black man in the big house.
Right.
All right. So let me ask y'all this. So if majority of the money makers and the people that everybody comes to watch are African Americans in the NFL, why? And let's look at the NBA. So why do we not support the big three and Ice Cube more when that's black owned and operated, black ownerships in the teams, and it's a league? So why can't we do that more? I think Ice Cube is laying the foundation and the blueprint for us to be like, okay, well, if we're not going to be accepted and giving our fair share here, it's obviously we can do the shit on our own.
Absolutely, and I like the big three. I'm a big fan of the big three.
Yeah, I love that shit.
But you don't get it. It's not going to be on. It's not on TV enough, or it's not shown enough for you to even be a fan of it. You know, again, they give you just enough. Like, yeah, he has the big three, but we're gonna put this shit on at 12 o'clock at night when ain't nobody there to watch the motherfucker, or we're gonna put it on in the middle of figure skating, big three, figure skating, another big three, NASCAR. Well, as a colored, if the figure skating going, I gotta wait for the figure skating to go off. I done fucking done something different. I'm drunk by the time the big three come on, and then after the shit go off, it's gonna be more figure skating. I might as well go watch like Ozark or some shit.
Then they put it on channel 125.5, and you're like, how the fuck do I get the 45 on this motherfucker?
Right. So yeah,
they doing it deliberately.
Yeah, they give you just enough. You know what I'm saying? I really like the big three. I thought the big three was awesome. And I'm probably the biggest person in here that's gonna tell you, I feel like as a black person, I don't give a fuck about what the standard is for the white person. I don't need an Oscar. If Oscars is for white people that's in movies, fuck it. Let's come up with the Henry. Let me get a Henry Award. A fucking O'Shea Award. Like why can't we just have our own? So yeah, but the NFL, they'll never be a black. You'll never get the colors to move and make their own black NFL. Like you look at the Negro League. They had them niggas out there hitting that ball 900 yards. You know what I mean? Satchel Paige out there hitting home runs and the shit didn't come down to the next day. Oh, we need that over here, boss. Get that colored over here. Jackie Robinson and shit like that. So they want us. They don't like us, but they want us. They need us.
We're gladiators.
Yeah, they need us. Them mandingos, get them niggas over here. Yeah, they're not gonna let you have your own shit. They'll never let you have your own shit.
So two things. First thing is, Cooley, I sent you something that pertains to what you're talking about. I'll send it to your IG joint.
Just now or earlier?
Yeah, just now.
All right.
But besides that, the other thing is there's no way that even if you looked at Jay-Z, you looked at Ice Cube, and you looked at some of the other millionaires/billionaires that are of color out there, they don't own networks. So because they don't own these networks, there's no way that they're going to be able to control a team and have enough money to create a network and create enough buzz for it to be on prime time and for everybody to see. So we're gonna always kind of fall short somewhere along the lines. And one of the main reasons because like I've said before, we don't have no distribution, we don't have no fucking networks. Well, let me rephrase that. We don't have any networks that are mainstream that we're utilizing, that people are utilizing on a regular basis. That's just for us, and by us. So because of that, there's always going to be a level of manipulation. And you're right, white America or whatever, the machine, they are going to utilize us. You know why? Because they got more money than we do, and they can do that. They can afford to play. They can afford to pay a player $200-some million. Whereas though, if they work for a person of color, that person may only be able to pay them $50 million, right? And you might say, well, damn, $50 million is a lot of money. Yeah, but this nigga might be taking care of his mother, his grandmother, his homeboys, his girlfriend that he want to buy a Rolls Royce for. He want to have
all of the kids.
All the kids. He want to have 20 cars. He want to send a couple niggas to college that was going to go to college anyway. He want to do all this. He want to do a whole bunch of shit. So do I take the $50 million and be pro-black, or do I take the $200-some million and be me, because I have struggled before. I think I'm gonna take the $200 million, and you can call me whatever the fuck you want to call me.
That comes back down to what NJ Rich always asking. He probably done typed it in all caps. What are we willing to give up?
Right.
I know it's coming. Right there. I mean, that's where it falls. Like with how the professor just broke it down. Like that. Like it comes down to what are we willing to give up?
Amen.
I could tell you, those people making a lot of money, they're not giving up that bread. It's not gonna happen. You know when you saw that happen. It just not with sports, but you saw this happen with doctors. So what people don't understand, I know that some people believe that the Affordable Care Act is the best thing in the world that happened for people of color. All right, that's what you want to believe, fine. But here's the reality. The reality is that the Affordable Care Act, all it did was handcuff doctors. It made doctors not be able to get paid as much money as they were getting before from the insurance companies, not from the regular people. Right. So because now these doctors can't get that kind of money, they got to operate a little bit differently. Yeah. So the same thing when you're talking about giving up something, these doctors ain't want to give up their money. So guess what they did? They found another way. They created their own little financing methods for their customers. They had to create like private practices and get off the grid of how they were doing shit before. Now, some people might say, well, 5 houses for one person is too much. Who are you to say that 5 houses is too much for a person? If that's what he decided he wanted to do with his money that didn't even come from you, why is that your concern? You know, I think a lot of times we get way too wrapped up in the wrong shit. I do agree that we do have to figure out how we're gonna get into a better position as people of color. I just don't know how it's gonna happen because money is always gonna be the motivator, and we just don't have it. I don't care how much money you're talking about across the board with people of color. We just don't have it, and we don't have the mentality to want to give up something.
Right, or work together.
I got the answer, but Mike won't let me say it. But you already know how I feel about it.
Oh Lord.
Well, look,
Mike,
yes,
get you. You know how I feel about it. You get you one. Hey, Mike, we get one on this show. We might be the shit.
No.
Cooley and them call it. We can change it. We can throw one of them up in there, Mike.
Look, somebody.
Someone already, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
We gotta get us one. I'm gonna find us one, Mike.
You're tuned into the Cooley and the Gang Show live every Tuesday night, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The professor is in the building. Linnea is here. Big G is in the building. Mayberry is here. Shannon's here. And I am Mike Cooley. Again, birthday shouts out to Mac. Mac.
You ain't got no birthday song for him?
I do, but I don't want to get us out 30 seconds.
You can't play it for a snippet?
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Brother ain't here. You can't give him a little birthday, little song, little something.
I had something from Shannon's.
See, look. G is taking too long. It's like
yeah, you know it.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, Mac. Everybody just go hit up Mac Instagram and everything. Tell him happy birthday.
You got that. Yeah, there we go. Happy birthday, Mac.
You should have cut it.
Got into it.
We got the little record slowdown joint and everything.
Yeah, you heard it.
He did a good job.
He practiced that shit. He practiced that shit.
Cooley, go ahead, hit the applause. Hit the applause. You did a good job.
Thank you.
Waiting on this moment. Waiting on this moment and shit. Just for that moment.
Yes, Linnea.
Like the little rascals.
You've been saving that shit all week.
So anyway, along with the last thing that I wanted to touch on with the whole Super Bowl thing was y'all saw Snoop has acquired Death Row Records.
Mm-hmm.
Terms of the transaction were not disclosed, however, source close to the situation tells Variety that Snoop's acquisition of the Death Row brand is the first part of a transaction that is expected to see him also acquiring some of the label's music rights his own and unspecified other artists. The source says the deal is expected to conclude in the coming week. So shout out to Snoop. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's major. I mean, especially if he can. I guess if you buy Death Row, do we get like the masters to all them other shits? And
well, that's what he's working on now to kind of get the music. So he got the brand, so now he's working to kind of get all the other little pieces of it. But that's dope. It's like hitting it big and being able to buy the home you grew up in.
Yeah,
that's kind of what it feels like to me.
Ooh.
All right, so we did that. How much? What time is it? 7:05.
Mm-hmm.
So look, NJ Rich asked a good question about moving away from a capitalistic society. Yo, I mean, it sounds like the noble thing to do, but I don't see it, man. I really don't. I just don't. I don't see it. I don't see people being okay with that. What we're gonna move to, like a society where it's a bartering system? That's almost like going, or people are gonna look at it as going backward as opposed to moving forward. I just think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a hard sell, especially when we talk about material things. We're also infatuated in some shape, form, or fashion with material things that, and it costs money. I just don't see people doing it. I don't see people going to that.
Oh, I don't either. NJ Rich was asking about the story with Sha'Carri Richardson. I honestly have stopped even paying attention to Sha'Carri Richardson. I don't really follow track, but I'm really not a fan of Sha'Carri.
There's a story right now with another young lady who is happens to be white, and she tested positive for steroids, which is a performance enhancement.
Yeah.
Whereas marijuana is something that will slow you down, not necessarily enhance you. Might keep you a little alert, but it's definitely going to give you some munchies. However, I think that they didn't give her the same a punishment that they gave.
Right, they didn't.
So that's the issue.
So we've talked about on many times about the lopsided eye of justice. We already know that as a person of color, we're always going to get the short end of the stick. Somebody shared something with me earlier today where these two teenagers were fighting. The black boy wound up on the ground. The white boy was actually over top of the black boy. The police pulled the white boy off and put the cuffs on the fucking black boy that was on the ground, right? And in my mind, I swear to you, G, y'all was looking at this and I really was trying to find a rational reason why they put the cuffs on the black boy. I said, yo, I don't see it. I cannot even come up with a logical reason.
Mercy me, you
right?
No,
exactly.
I was trying because you know what? I really honestly believe that everything is not racially charged. I'm not oblivious to racism, but I don't think that everything is about race. But it does play a factor. In that scenario, like I just said, the only reason why I could come up with why they did that is because of the color of his skin. That's the only thing I can come up with. The same thing with this young lady. I can only come up with the color of a person's skin or background is why they're treated a certain way or looked at in a certain way. So with that being said, my ultimate question is, or my ultimate thought is, if you already know that the odds are stacked up against you, then you got to kind of walk with kid gloves. Now, I'm not saying we're not talking about right and wrong. We're not talking about ethics. We're talking about the way that things are. If you're not good, so if you're gonna say, all right, well, why should I have to? You don't have to. But understand that if you're not going to, then you're gonna get the consequences of whatever that is. Society is set up that way. There is no changing that at this point. So until that changes, we gotta operate within their rules. If we don't, then we're gonna continue to have these types of scenarios. We've seen it way too many times. They are not changing that. We haven't changed it. It's gonna continue to be that way. And again, I'm not talking about right and wrong because obviously we know that that's wrong. But That's just the way that it's going to work out. And until we adhere to whatever it is that's going on, if we're going to be involved, we're going to always get the short end of the stick of shit. And it's not right. I had a young lady that worked with me. And she was actually a worker at the gym. And my supervisor wanted me to fire her. I didn't want to fire her, but I had to. So what I did was, the day before I came to her, a couple of days before I came to her, and I said, look, you do realize you got like a bullseye on you. Like everything that you do is under scrutiny. Even though there are other people doing the exact same thing, I'm not their supervisor. I'm your supervisor, and my superiors are telling me to let you go. I said, you got a choice. Either you can walk a fine line or you can quit. Or if you stay here, I'm going to wind up having to fire you if you don't change. She said, but I haven't done anything wrong. I said, I understand that. But what I'm telling you is what you are doing is not going to work. You know what she did? Exactly what she was doing before. And guess what happened? She got fired. It's not about right and wrong. We're not saying, well, because they do it, you should be able to do it. It's still wrong across the board. I mean,
it's just they get away with it.
Yeah, they just get away with it. I can't control it.
We're both doing the same crime. It's just
they're covered
to get away with it. Who's going to have the privilege?
Right.
That's really all it is.
Complexion for the protection.
Correct.
Exactly.
All right, I'm gonna play this clip real quick. I have no idea what this doctor's going to say, but we'll play it.
I don't trust him. Got a mask on his face.
Yes.
Did he take the vaccine?
I know that turned red for y'all.
Shut your ass up.
That's not red for y'all?
No.
Just play the goddamn video.
Oh Lord.
Look, it's red on there. It's red on Instagram.
But we ain't on
Figures relating to the figure skater Kamila Valieva. The cast panel in charge of this matter has decided to let Miss Valieva continue her participation in the Olympic Winter Games Beijing 2022.
The Court of Arbitration for Sport has done something I thought I would never see. It is allowing an athlete who has a positive doping test within the last 2 months to compete in the Olympic Games and to very likely win one of the most prestigious Olympic gold medals there is, the gold medal in women's figure skating. We're talking, of course, about 15-year-old Russian Kamila Valieva, and the fact that CAS today said that it was okay for her to continue competing in these Olympic Games. Obviously, there's a lot to pick apart here. In the next few hours and days, we will know more. But what a devastating blow to those athletes, Katie Ledecky, Michael Phelps, Simone Biles, Michelle Kwan, so many others who've done things the right way, who have fought so hard for clean sport, who have gone the extra mile to prove that they are not doping. To have an athlete, a Russian athlete, even though she's only 15, sympathy is there, of course, for her. The adults are the ones we should look at. But still, to have someone who has a positive doping.
Russia. Now
I
we
know
get
you lying.
Russia.
So we blame Trump, right? It's Trump's fault.
I didn't even say that.
I feel like if they got more white people that was more upset about this for the Miss Richardson part, it would definitely have been different. But because there's not enough white people in an uproar, that little young girl is going to get to compete, and the white people are going to be the ones that's going to be sympathetic because she's 15 and an adult took advantage of her. They're going to let her compete. Now, if it had a
people watching the Olympics,
yeah, I didn't even know the shit was on. I didn't know the shit was on, but I'm saying,
like Peacock.
yeah, I never knew it was on. But if it was some white people that was real upset, the powers that be, if they felt some kind of way about it, and they was like, oh no, get her out of there, they probably would. But because they don't, they probably are feeling some kind of way because she's 15 and they think an adult took advantage of the young lady and they're gonna let her compete. Yeah, Sherry Richardson didn't have enough white people on her side because
even though she lost her mother.
Yeah, they don't. Bush don't love black people. Ain't that what Kanye said?
Kanye is dressing up in Bush suits, hiding behind Kim Kardashian's house.
That's not fair.
So-
That was definitely,
Y'all out here in army fatigues with twigs hanging off them and shit.
I was about to say it looked like some regular Kanye clothes to
They
me.
go
It's like a walking fucking bush.
Kanye is a fucking nuts, yo. He out here threatening niggas and shit.
And then
So they said Sha'Carri had, of course, THC, which is on the World Anti-Doping Agency's list, prohibited substances, but so is
What the lady had,
trimethazidine,
15-year-old
the
had.
drug that was found in Valieva's test sample.
Steroids.
The heart drug is believed to be able to boost athletes' endurance and blood efficiency.
Yes,
In other
it
words, it can boost athletic performance, while
Exactly.
THC does not. So
It's an enhancement. Steroids is an enhancement.
Exactly. That's what they went through in baseball all these years.
And I think the thing that pisses me off the most is I could take a man and put him in a woman's sport, and they all right with that. But I can't take steroids to compete. If I was a woman, I'd be mad as shit. I should be able to put on my steroid bra and panties if I gotta go up against Brock Lesnar in a motherfucking.
Yes, Ryan.
Fuck out of here.
Oh,
I got.
Yeah, this disclaimer. Yeah, please put the green screen up, please.
It was crazy.
Here I am, born a woman, and I was born a woman, and I gotta compete with Brock Lesnar for women's wrestling. Women's wrestling. And I can't put my steroid panties on to
These
go
are
out
the
here.
opinions of Big G and Big G only. These are not the
And-
opinions of
Yes,
The rest of the
yes.
game.
Motherfucker, you gotta compete against Miss Man and shit off of Scary
Again.
Yo.
Come on, mercy me. No.
That's bullshit. I think everybody. And listen, and I was talking to my man Desi about it. I think everybody should be allowed to motherfucking dope. Take steroids. If everybody is on the same playing field when everybody's doping. If everybody using steroids, then let everybody use the shit. But if you decide you don't want to use it, and you know you needed to win, sit your punk ass home and take your third place and don't cry about it. But if you gonna let everybody fucking take steroids and I can jump out the gym like the best of them, fucking let me take steroids. Steroids, you can't regulate the shit by telling everybody not to use it. Let everybody use the shit. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Wow.
You know what? They was talking about that when it came to bodybuilding a couple of years ago. They had that discussion. So I know a few bodybuilders, and one of the things that they've told me is when you become professional, if you're gonna be at a high level in that sport, everybody's using.
Everybody.
There's no such thing as nobody's using. So in order for you to win in that sport, if you're not going to use, you might as well don't even compete. So I agree with what you're saying. Telling people not to use it doesn't stop some people from using it. You just may not have caught them yet. Right. So why not just say, okay, we're going to regulate it? And that's what they're talking about. They're talking about being able to regulate how they're using it as opposed to allowing them to just use it. And some of them don't even know what the fuck they're doing. Yo, I'm going to tell you some personal shit, right? Yo, a dude years ago told me about testosterone, just like taking testosterone shots. So I said, well, how do you use it? I said, what you put it, you put the needle in your vein? He was like, fuck no. He said, if you put the needle in your vein, he said, you're going to freeze. He said, what'll happen is when you first put that shit in there, you're going to pass out. I said, well, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I said, because if I'd have had that shit, that's exactly what I'd have did. He said, man, somebody that found you with a fucking needle in your arm and your head was laying shit. I said, yo.
Yeah.
I said, yo, that shit is a dangerous game. Not only that, them people have kidney problems.
Yeah.
Liver problems. All that. Yeah.
If you remember Arnold Schwarzenegger, I think he's had heart surgery 3 or 4 times.
Yes, he does. Yeah.
Them motherfuckers don't live long taking that shit. But when they're competing at that high level, they want to win. And that win means more than their life, I guess.
They can have that shit.
And I just like to lift shit. Like me and Rudy, I like to lift shit. Rudy want to be cute and do pull up. I'd rather be in the gym bitch pressing 500 pounds. Man, I tell you what's funny. Like I could probably do 2 pull-ups, but I can bitch press a lot of weight. Rudy gonna do 1,000 pull-ups, but he ain't gonna bench press a lot of weight no more. But so I've watched a lot of those bodybuilders, and me and Rudy used to have conversations all the time. Like I look at like the Cali Muscle, he's not big anymore. The motherfucking what it should still your motherfucking set. The Ronnie Coleman's has had 20 back surgeries and knee surgeries and shit like that. I look at that shit and I'd be like, that's crazy. But I look at some motherfucking old Arnold Schwarzenegger pictures. I'd be like, yo, I'm going to the gym tonight.
Yep.
Like, yep. I used to tell Rudy all the time. I say, Rudy, I just want to do one cycle. Just one cycle. I just want to do one cycle of steroids. I'm going to go buy me a pickup truck. I'm going to wear no sleeves on none of my shirts. I'm going to walk around with gallons of water and shit. But I just want to do one cycle. Because every time I go to the gym, I go to Gold's Gym. And that's everything you see. You see pickup trucks. Motherfuckers got on spandex. Everybody got water bottles. Like, I could do that just one time. But it ain't worth it. And like I said, I got guys that are seeming like they like you big, but that's because when I go to the gym, I don't want to do pull-ups. Like, I just want to lift heavy weight, put shit down, and go in the house.
Why do I see you doing that?
Well, the Olympics are on. Well, I don't even know if they're still on no more. But
You mean the Winter Olympics?
Yeah. I don't know when the rest of them. I'm not a big Olympics guy at all. So that's why I really wasn't keeping up with the whole Shikari thing. And but I mean, hopefully it'll all get worked out. I mean, if she stand on what she believe in and keep fighting, and you know, everybody else step on it and stand up with her and keep fighting, something will come from it.
I think she's gonna wind up. She's not. They didn't let her compete, right?
You can't compete in the Olympics.
I saw Usain Bolt got beat the other day. So they let him back in, and didn't he test positive a couple years ago? I think he tested positive for something a couple years ago.
He had something around him, some drama around him too.
So
well, she wait a minute before you go on. She tested positive, and she got to run for something and got her ass whooped though.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, so she did run again, and she was like dead ass last, I believe.
Yeah.
So she did run again, and then they criticized her for that. Like you can, like they was, talking about how she bitched and complained about not being able to go, and then getting to run again, and came in like, right. She didn't perform on the last run. So, but Usain Bolt did the same thing.
Right.
Let them all take steroids. Shit.
Drugs for everybody.
Draco from Rocky. They're gonna be like,
Ivan Drago. Yep, yeah, buddy. Yep. That motherfucker went out there and killed Apollo Creed. If Apollo had did steroids, he might have still been here.
Yep. If he dies, he dies.
Well,
I ain't gonna lie, I do get sad that part. I do. His coach said, "Stop." I'm like, Lord, please stop.
The motherfucker threw that towel and he kicked that bitch out. He kicked that bitch out the ring. Yeah. If he dies, he dies.
I don't even know how to segue into the next thing at this point.
Just segue.
Just slide on through.
Just play the video by mistake like you normally do.
This guy. I don't even know where I want to go at this point.
We want to go to the good shit. Let's go on. Let's talk about the good shit.
Everything we talk about is good.
Let's talk about as they're putting out on social media, the sexy Uncle Phil, the hit man hitter.
Oh, Fresh Prince.
I don't know how to feel.
You can't call it the Fresh Prince though. You just gotta call it Bel Air because it's not.
I mean, but in order to line it up, it is the Fresh Prince reboot. It's a reboot of the Fresh Prince.
I don't think you can call it a reboot of Fresh Prince. It's just Bel Air. It's in its own entity. No, it's got to be its own entity because
Aunt Viv, Uncle Phil,
they all got the same.
Hillary, Ashley.
It ain't nothing funny about this one, so I'm just going with Bel Air.
You didn't watch it.
I didn't. I'm not gonna watch it. It don't look like nothing that's gonna interest me. They only give you. I can only take too much colored shit, and that right there is over the Richter scale. Like that's just too colored for me.
It's definitely a flip. It's definitely more of a drama than a comedy. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I thought I saw somebody posted it was a comedy drama.
Yeah.
A dramedy, yeah.
A dramedy.
Well, some of the highlights from what I go ahead, Professor. I'll let you go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, So Will Smith actually talks about the fact that in the book that he has, he talks about that the series wasn't supposed to end. The Fresh Prince wasn't supposed to end. Yeah, the comedy series that he was in. He said what happened was Uncle Phil was in negotiations about his contract, and because they couldn't come to terms about his contract is the reason why they didn't do another year. Now they were going to put another uncle in, but he said, what would Fresh Prince be like without Uncle Phil? Like how can you put somebody else in there? Like they were gonna just replace him,
especially that deep in the game.
Right. So they were gonna change it up. They were basically gonna kill him off and put somebody else in his place because of contract issues. Aww. And what he said was, when Uncle Phil realized, or James Avery realized that they weren't going to renew his contract, he said he had a conversation with Will. Will said that he never told me not to do the series. He said the words that he told him was, let your family die or go with dignity. That's what he said. He said, now when I was younger, I didn't understand what that meant. He said, but now that I'm older, I understood what he was saying. He said, for instance, James Evans on Good Time. He said the way that they killed James off, being that he was like a head figure for black men in that time period, was not dignified at all. Taking Uncle Phil off of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, being as though he meant so much to the Fresh Prince, would not be dignified. So Will said he made the decision not to do another season. He said that they asked him to do it. He just refused to do it because of how they want to do Uncle Phil. So now here we are some years later, and they're doing this remake or this other side of Bel Air, or however they're gonna word this. I don't know. I really don't know where this is gonna go. Truth be told, we also have to understand that this is a totally different generation. The way that young guys and young ladies look at things, it's totally different. If you ask yourself, would Good Times be successful in this age bracket right here?
No.
Would Sanford and Son be successful in this age bracket right here? Nah.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Put some respect on my
bracket.
Absolutely not. Only because we're not living in those times anymore.
Right.
So Bel Air is cool because it's
relatable. It's not. It's about what's relatable. It's not relatable.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, in order to be relevant, that I understand what he did and why he did it.
Right.
But for me, I'm not gonna watch it because I want to see motherfucking Jazz get thrown out the fucking house. Yeah. That right there is my shit. So I can't watch it. So my question to you, Mike, is: did you like it?
Right.
Watch this bullshit. Did you like it, Mike? Watch this shit. Watch this shit. Go ahead, Mike. No, don't lie. Don't arm me.
No.
Did you
like
it, Mike? Did you like it?
Yes.
So what Peacock did was, from what I see what NJ Rich said, the first episode was free, but they're going to drop new episodes weekly. So what they did, instead of just giving you one, is 3 episodes. So I've been able to watch 3 episodes of the show already. Okay. I did like it. Okay. Certain aspects of it, if I would only been able to watch the first episode, I probably would not have liked it. Because, like you said, I'm used to what I'm used to. Like I put on my post earlier, Jeffrey, I'm telling y'all, Jeffrey is going to shoot somebody before. Jeffrey is a show enough shotter. Like,
he's not the house man.
Jeffrey, Ghost, and Tommy is all in the back of the Bel Air mansion setting up some sort of big drug deal. I know it's gonna happen on episode 4. I feel it.
Damn.
Uncle Phil, first of all, when Carlton went in the closet and started sniffing coke, this is spoiler alert. So if you ain't seen, Carlton's a fucking dope head. Carlton's sniffing coke in the closet.
See what I'm saying?
So why did so wait a minute.
You have to remember
that's why he's dancing.
it's relatable to today. It's
I did it.
It's not the Fresh Prince.
He said it wasn't coke, it was Adderall.
Yeah, that's what he said.
He's snorting Adderall in the fucking closet.
So, like G said, it's not Fresh Prince, it's Bel Air.
Right.
And it's
in
being
2022.
and it's being
relatable to today's time.
So not only are they able to grasp us from that era, but they're also grasping the new era because I don't think anybody.
Hold up, before you go, let me finish because let me finish.
You answer. You said he
I ain't finished. I ain't finished giving my synopsis.
Hillary, it's about the details.
Yeah, Hillary walking around looking like Nicki Minaj. I ain't gonna lie. Everything she put on is skin tight. You think we was in love with Hillary Banks back in the day? Somebody
and she brown skin.
First of all, my boy B. Thompson here. I know he took his computer in the bathroom with the new Hillary and had to let one loose real quick. With the Hillary 2.0 is on some Nicki Minaj shit.
And she's not an airhead.
And she's a chef.
Did he say yep?
Look, that's my man. There you go. That's my man. There you go. But it took some getting used to. Uncle Phil,
he ain't fat.
His demeanor, I think he still gives me that fatherly demeanor.
Not at first.
Yeah, not at first, but I can't get over Jeffrey. Like this ain't Master Will Jeffrey. This is what up, you want to go back in the yard and smoke a spliff. This is that Jeffrey. Like he trying to fuck on Viv homegirls and some more shit. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Is he still British?
Yeah, he's Jamaican, Jamaican, British. Yeah, I think he is still British though. And Jazz is in it. I like the Jazz character. You can tell that he's. I think he fits in well, but all in all,
the new Jeffrey is a thug.
I like it. I mean, I did like what I saw in the first 3 episodes. Now, where it goes from here, I mean, it don't take much from me. Like, no offense to nobody. Like, I'm already waiting for. I know it's gonna be some homosexual shit popping here, because that train ain't never late. It gotta come. Like, they got. I mean, realistically, any show that we really watch today, I mean, it's all incorporated. Something. Look at Power. Every last one of 50 Cent shows, like somewhere along the line, we get. I just heard Tommy got a half black brother that's homosexual. So I'm just waiting to see how they incorporate that part of it into it. I mean, but all in all, like so far, it's a good show. I'm hoping they don't put a negative connotation on the black family, because right now the way this family is set up, I like them. They do have money, but they're not over the top with it. Even the Hillary character, like she has goals and things she wants to do, and you can tell she has money, but she's not obnoxious. Like the comedy Hillary was a little obnoxious. This Hillary is a little different. And I think Ashley, she came downstairs for breakfast. We ain't seen her since episode 2. So I don't know what the fuck is going on with that.
She sounds like Judy from
That's what I told Mike. He was like, "Where Ashley?" I said, "She's Judy. She's Judy.
Judy, she never came down from that attic room."
And I think Viv is a perfect combination of light-skinned Viv and dark-skinned Viv. Like she's dark-skinned Viv, but then she has some of those light-skinned Viv tendencies. Okay. So I think she's the perfect combination of both of the Aunt Vivs together.
Yeah, she does. She definitely does a good job. She definitely gives me a lot of motherly vibes.
So is Nicholas in there?
Yeah, baby.
No, not yet. No. But Nicholas wasn't in season 1 either. Like, that.
No. Nicholas really didn't count. He came late in the show. We didn't like Nicholas anyway.
But basically he ran from Philly. It's a Philly drug dealer that's actually trying to kill him.
Oh,
because of something that happened on the basketball court.
Oh Lord.
So, so far it's all good.
I know you was gonna like it. I know. I already knew you was gonna like it.
You gotta give it a chance before you.
He didn't watch it, so he don't count. He didn't watch it.
I knew Mike likes every fucking thing that comes on television. Mike, if they rebooted the Golden Girls with full colored women, Mike gonna watch the shit. He gonna tell you how he liked it.
You gotta at least watch it and give it a chance.
Nah, I can't. I'm good.
You're gonna do it with Gladys Knight, Patty LaBelle.
Mike gonna sit there and watch that shit like it's brand new. Yeah, no, Mike likes everything. I don't think there's a show that I've ever heard Mike say he did not like.
I don't know.
There's a lot of shows out there I don't like, yo.
Yeah, right. Okay, but Shannon, you liked it though, right?
I haven't watched Tommy yet, so I can't.
I heard Tommy's starting slow.
I can't give you my opinion on that.
It don't matter. You're gonna like it.
Best shows have started slow. Some of the best shows out there have started slow.
Apparently, I know.
Yeah, Shannon don't like Breaking Bad or the Ozarks because they started too slow for her.
So I ain't got past probably 2 to 3 episodes, and I'm done. I'm done, son.
Yeah, I was like that. I did. I watched Breaking Bad. It was all right. It wasn't like my dumb ass. My daddy watched the motherfucker from beginning to end in one day. It was like 2 or 3 days. He binge watched the whole fucking shit from season 1, episode 1 to like season 8 or 9 or whatever the fuck it went to. Like he was bored. Like every time I turned around, he was either watching the shit on his phone or on the television. I'm like, that shit is not that fucking good. But he liked it.
Bad was a shit.
Breaking Bad, it wasn't that good.
AJ Rich said they did reboot the Golden Girls with 4 colored women. It was called Living Single.
Living Single.
I still like
Gracefully Created 2. She says G feel disloyal even thinking about it.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't know. I think this show has a lot of potential. It just depends on where it's going to go from here. And from what I can see, the list of characters that I haven't even seen yet, like who did I just see? Dwayne Martin is supposed to be on here. Carucci is supposed to be on here.
Carucci.
She may have already been on there. We just missed her, but Carucci's supposed to be on here. Who else? That's all I see so far. But yo, when he walked up, when he caught Carlton in the closet, yo, Carlton was like, I was like, oh no, yo, it was like the episode. Just Say Yo, when Carlton was on the uppers, and he was the episode when he did do pills
at the prom, and they was dancing and shit.
Yeah, he took them out real bad because he thought they was vitamins or something, and he started taking his shirt off and dancing all crazy and shit. Then they had to take him to the hospital.
Yeah, they said Carlton's ugly as shit though.
Oh.
Yeah, Carlton got yo fucking joint back here.
No,
The color wheel's a little different than the color wheel we used to.
But how you get locked on a color spectrum for a show like?
Because when you're trying to pair the characters, I want my characters to be as close as possible.
It's similar.
So some, some relatability.
So what if the characters are as close as possible, but they can't act worth shit? I'd rather have quality acting over somebody looking like somebody.
Young Will is spot on.
Yeah, that dude.
Like I was in the bathroom, yo, he sounds just like Will Smith.
You seen the dude that played Will G?
Yeah, I saw him.
Yeah, he do kind of favor Will.
He does very good playing Will. Like he has a lot of the mannerisms and everything.
Yeah, I'm still not gonna watch it.
Oh my Jesus!
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I'm not watching it.
I'm not surprised.
Maybe I'm not against it. I'm not against it. I just, like I said, it just ain't for me. I'm old. At 79 years old, shit happens.
You ain't watch it?
Not yet. I haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it either.
Are you gonna watch it, Mayberry?
Are you going to give it a try?
I'm a peek at it, and if I don't like it, then I'm not going to force myself to watch it. My only thing is, I'm all good. I'm all for us remaking, remixing, redoing, but some stuff just need to be left alone. I think they should have made a show that they didn't reference Fresh Prince, because then we wouldn't have anything to compare it against, and we probably could just enjoy the show. It's hard to enjoy something when you have it and it's a remake. It's just like if somebody tried to do a Whitney Houston song, you're going to compare it. We're sitting here and we're comparing it to something that we're used to, Uncle Phil, Jeffrey, and everything. So it's a whole different look. So they should have just not referenced it at all and just should have been like, this is just Bel Air.
Right.
Well, what I will say is if you do watch it, at least watch two episodes. Like the first one may get you hearing it, but at least watch the next episode so you can kind of get a full feel for the vibe.
Yeah, because that pilot episode.
The first 2 episodes for anything, unless they really jump in and they grab you immediately, your first 2 episodes is always usually slow because they want to kind of give you a storyline and sell you on it. And then, like, usually once you get to the 3rd episode, sometimes even the 5th is when they start to like ramp that shit up. But I don't know. I just know what I'm used to. Like, I like the traditional Fresh Prince of Bel Air. I can sing the whole song in the beginning. West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where I spent most of my days. That's what I want. I want the remake to it. Okay,
Well,
check.
they definitely,
Shooting some b-ball outside the school. That's all you said.
they definitely didn't disrespect it. Like they didn't try to remix the song or none of that. They definitely didn't do none of that, which I appreciate. Now, if they'd have tried to, if they'd have had let me think,
Will Smith do some new shit.
Lil Uzi Vert come on and
not
rap.
Lil Uzi Vert.
That had been too much. That had been too much right there.
Not the baby. Not having them on there.
The baby. Little baby,
little baby, all of the babies, some of the babies. It might be baby. It ain't your baby. Who knows? Take a paternity test.
For real.
I don't know. So G's not watching it. Mayberry's gonna give it a shot. Linnea, what did you think about it?
I'm gonna give it a try.
Linnea's gonna give it a shot. Professor's not gonna watch it. Are you gonna watch it? Yeah.
I probably won't. You know, I don't really watch TV.
No, to be honest.
Yeah.
Watch TV, yo.
I know.
But you know what I did realize today? The motherfuckers say they don't watch TV, but watch hours of social media though.
Hey.
Isn't that the same thing? It's just
You watching it on a little ass screen.
Yeah.
That freeway was there.
Well, they'll know all the songs.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
That is like watching TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do get invested. TikTok do get me though, because when they be doing story time, I'll be like, now I'm invested. Let me go back to this.
I'll be like, yo, is it real though? And I'll be mad because I don't know if it's real. Don't wasting my time.
It's just ordinary people just trying to, they think no one's watching.
You're just trying to get paid in this game. That's all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So something we never did speak about, and I don't know how much y'all know about it.
Nothing.
The whole Joe Rogan situation. Did y'all are y'all familiar with all that stuff that was going on?
The N-word, with him using the N-word all the time.
On his podcast.
And then he backpedaled and apologized, and then Dwayne Johnson jumped in, and then he backpedaled.
10 new shit.
Spotify saying that they're not going to stop shit. They're going to keep him up and running because he got like.
Why would they stop it? Because his core group are the same people that say the same shit that he say. So they bringing in the numbers, they bringing in a coin. So why would they shut down his show?
Who?
So he's like
Spotify.
He's
all
like
right. Well, I got I have a.
Oh yeah, that's the one we told the dude across from him to say that word. He was like, "Say it, say it."
I have a clip.
Not B. Thompson.
B. Thompson don't like black people.
Not with him, with my man Joe with the black strong arm.
Yeah.
When you say the N word, you're saying like it cannot be spoken. It cannot be uttered. It is a sacred word.
Yeah.
It is a magic word. If you say it, Candyman will come. It's like it's very weird. It's very weird that we've ever allowed that. It's one thing, like you could say spick. No one's gonna get mad. Like it's not as racially charged.
Yeah.
And then there's other ones that like you can just get away with all day. Like Irish ones or Italian
Mick
ones
or Guido or
they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You can call me a Guido all day. I don't give a fuck. No one cares. No one
Shink
gets
is a
mad at
tough
that.
one. They get very upset about
Shink's
Shink.
rough.
Yeah.
Gook. How about Gook? That's a rough one.
Oh, that's a really rough one.
Yeah, but the N word, you won't say it. Look at you. Say
it. Nigger.
When you say the N.
So I guess that was just one. I've never. I know I'm familiar with Joe Rogan, but I'm not familiar with his podcast.
But he had that ER on there. It ain't even an A. It was an ER.
So what he said, what I got out of it was, the words that he want to use for other people, they're not as aggressive as we are as coloreds. Like if you call me a nigga, I'm fucking you up and I'm gonna beat your ass. You the little spicks and all. Yeah, you probably couldn't say spick to a couple of them motherfuckers. They gonna fuck you up too. So don't think that they won't whoop your ass. But the difference is, as a black man, I'm beating the shit. I'm whooping your ass for segregation, for Jim Crow laws, and Rosa Parks having to sit on the back of the bus. I'm fucking you up for ancestral shit. That's why you can't call me a nigger or to even say the word nigger. But yeah, you can't call all them other races nothing fancy like that. They're gonna beat the shit out of you too.
Mm-hmm. That's disrespect.
And he talking about he don't mind if you call him a Guido or Guapo or whatever. That's you, nigga. Hey, Les, you better keep your ass over there in your podcast.
So Gracefully Creator said, if you didn't cancel Eminem, don't cancel Joe Rogan.
Well, they canceled fucking with, and that was the thing. Right around the same time, Whoopi got the same boot. So like Whoopi was like on that Monday, Rogan was like that Tuesday or Wednesday, but it wasn't the same effect. Like I said, they're only gonna give you just a little. They're gonna give you just enough. What they do, like Rudy said, it ain't an even playing field. Whoopi got suspended, but
Whoopi took the suspension over losing her job.
Right, but Spotify came back and said we're not gonna
nothing. Spotify did not touch him. They didn't suspend him. They
Whoopi should have took
Spotify. But Spotify did something else. Spotify gave money towards.
They're probably not gonna do that for her black ass.
No, they definitely not gonna do that.
White ass.
But Spotify donated some money too. So you got looking at. I can't remember how much and what they gave it to him for. But like they was willing. I want to say like social injustice or something stupid like that.
Okay.
Like they came back and like they wasn't gonna cancel Joe Rogan, but some money they was putting towards something. I mean, I don't know the particulars. You have to Google that shit too. But Spotify, they ended up doing some extra shit for Joe Rogan.
I believe it.
I know that.
I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that too. Howard Stern always did some wild ass shit anyway. So first thing, so I'm a fan of Paul Mooney. And Paul Mooney he was doing a skit and he was talking to a white guy on the couch. And he said, when people say, I don't want to say the N-word, he said, isn't that just an abbreviation for the word? He said, isn't it still saying the same thing? He said, you know, you really want to say it, but you kind of hide behind acronyms as if you're saying something different, but it's the same word. So when he was saying, if you can't say the N-word, and he was whispering and doing all this other stuff, first of all, the fact that you had to have a discussion about it knows that it's something different about that word. Regardless of what you can say and what people have been saying for years and they're okay with it and all that shit, you know that there's a sting that comes behind the word nigga. I don't give a fuck how you try to maneuver it or play with it. You know that it's something that's just not quite right with saying it. And I'm gonna be honest, y'all. Like Joe definitely has some very informative information. Does this mean I would stop listening to Joe as far as his informative information is concerned? No, it doesn't necessarily mean that. However, I gotta be honest, when he said the word nigga, like this shock came through my body because I was saying to myself, why the fuck is that so important? Like, why is that word so important to people that they gotta say it? They just have to hear on the line and have a conversation about the word nigga. Like, say some other shit, do some other shit. Why do we have to have a discussion about the word nigga? Yo, just don't use it. Period. I mean, why is it that fucking hard? Like, if somebody said to you, if you say
because they don't like being told what to they don't like being told what to do.
Right. Thank you.
Don't say like little kids, you be like, don't touch that, it's hot. You be like,
it's really privilege. It's the privilege that they have to do any and everything, say any and everything, get any and everything. So why them being smacked on their hand or being told, no, you can't do that? They sitting there like, oh, let me touch the stove, even though you've been told it's hot. That's what he did in the podcast. He's like, say it, please say it.
So it's the fact
that privilege and the power to be able to say that. That's all.
Knowing that nothing was going to happen to him.
Yeah. So that's why he did.
When you somewhat control your own destiny, then you should be able to feel like that. I mean, I'm not encouraging what he did, but I mean, let this show get into a position to where, can you imagine what the fuck's gonna come out of G's mouth? Once we really G don't give a shit now. and I ain't even been able to pay y'all $3. G don't give a shit. Like he like, look,
you can keep my $3. Just let me keep saying what I'm saying.
I knew he was gonna say you can keep my $3. I'm still gonna talk shit.
No, I mean it's like I'm glad Spotify didn't do nothing, because it makes me more comfortable with our podcast on Spotify. Now the day that they rip our shit off, then I got
right.
You black.
But listen to what I said.
I got
the day
you.
that they do rip us off or
Right.
take our podcast off or something we said, then I will have a problem with them
Right.
keeping Rogan on.
Right.
But if the playing field there is fair, I'm not going to be upset with them at this point for the stance that they took.
Right. Freedom of
Not
speech.
excusing what he said, not excusing, what he's done. Is what that's what I'm saying.
And I was just gonna say, because also Mike is one of the firm things about the freedom of speech too. Like even though it's not right, like you should still have the freedom to say what the fuck you want to say, and without having to be censored. Which is, as he keeps throwing at me every time we have the conversation, they censored Farrakhan and took him off. They censored Trump, took him off. Where once again it boils that back to not having the freedom of speech. Whether it's right or wrong, whether we like it or not,
right?
Don't we still have the right to say how we feel?
Because we can always turn. We don't have to We have the option with social media. You have the option to follow and unfollow.
Right.
Anything you want. Like nothing is forced upon us, and that's what kind of trips me out mentally is the fact that people get upset, and our reaction to it. Like I can't really understand because we have choices. If you don't like how this restaurant treats you,
leave.
I ain't got a boycott them. They won't get my motherfucking money no more.
Right.
Now my little $30.75 might not mean shit to them, but it makes me feel better knowing that they ain't getting I'll put my money somewhere else. It makes me feel better.
There you go.
Oh, Brandon, if it's accurate, every artist who said faggot on record can be canceled. I don't know. And back in the day, we used to always that was the word.
Yeah.
But if you notice, they don't even say it anymore.
At all.
At all.
Nope.
There's no even insinuation of that shit anymore.
Nah. Think about all the shows we used to watch
and they
that aren't on anymore. Do you think they would be able to come on today?
Shit, fucking All in the Family used to say it all the time.
That's the first one I was about to say, and I love that show. I don't give a fuck nobody. Archie Bunker was my dude. I ain't give a fuck.
You used to say all kinds of shit.
George Jefferson was how many times did George Jefferson call somebody honky? Come on. How many times did he call what was his name? What was it?
The butler, the next door neighbor?
Yeah,
Tom.
Tom. How many times did he call Tom a honky?
Upstairs. He did. He did call Tom honky all the time.
Ain't no way in hell the Jeffersons would we would love it. But at the same time, now they're gonna let Archie Bunker start saying nigga. So you gotta be prepared now. So I don't know.
Well, your options.
What else do I got? The baby. that nigga got hands. He cold clocked at his baby mother's boyfriend.
Brother. A boyfriend or brother?
That was the brother.
First of all, I've watched my children slip on the bowling alley, and these motherfuckers had a brawl on the lane.
That's what I'm saying. They had hands and feet.
Hands and feet. And the baby never dropped the blunt. He never dropped the blunt. The blunt stayed in his mouth. He never dropped the blunt.
That is a Negro legend. I'm sorry.
That's Black history.
She said Negro legend. Yeah.
Wait a minute, Mike. Did you just say that's Black history? So that did just make Black history.
There's some neighborhood stories, man.
I would like to see Dave Chappelle do this skit.
Oh man, we're gonna have to wait for it to play again from the beginning.
Yes, because that floor is slippery as all get out.
They were sliding all over the place.
Mine was mine.
Oh my God.
Homeboy is just getting thrown around. He should just jumped off.
So the brother, the light skin yo?
Yeah.
He was fighting in her.
Yeah, Danny Lee's brother.
I saw that.
Who's the chick?
Why does shit keep coming crazy?
He's slipping and falling.
Because they couldn't fight off the lanes. They had to go on the oily ass
lanes.
What I'm saying. Because the rest of the bowling alley wasn't available.
And then the guy that was slinging him by his head, though, he was beating the shit out of him.
And he all red.
Yeah, but what's this when men start pulling niggas by their hair?
Yeah, that's
just new generation.
That's those new colors.
I'm a drag a bitch. That's what it is. I'm dragging.
The black is still in this mouth, yo.
Yes, Lord. See, that is Black history.
So my question is,
the
where
camera was out there and everything, yo.
where was the brothers' friends at though? Like somebody should have told the light skin, yo, today ain't the day. Today ain't the day to do this. Like somebody should have somebody should have been there to hold his hand, like take him home, like nobody fought with you. Like you got your ass whooped by a crew. This ain't motherfucking you got served. Like it was you got your ass whooped by a crew. Like none of your homeboys came through. Nobody pop block for you or nothing.
Take it back.
Pop block though. None.
I mean, damn.
He told that man when he saw him, it was on site. He said they wanted to shoot a fair one because of the way that he treated his sister. And he was going to stand on that.
He didn't even get a chance to fight him. His whole
that wasn't a fair one, yo.
That wasn't fair. They didn't fight. He had his
Mike,
own to fight him.
You realize if we got back to the house, Mike,
did y'all see the baby got the first punch off, and that was it. He fell to the ground.
Yeah,
after
but
the
my
first
whole fight should have stayed there. You had your whole crew, even a female over there with her 30-inch bundles was in there.
You saw that?
Why?
She did.
There was a whole bitch in there with her 30-inch wet and wavy bundles, all up in there on them slicky ass lanes. What was she doing? What you doing?
Slicky lanes.
Yep,
that's what they are.
That's what they are. That's for our feet.
Yeah, that's terrible, man. Nobody helped you.
Nobody.
Like when we,
if you gonna go to a fight and you ain't show up, I don't even think he even had people with him. And if he did, them niggas is not your friend.
Nah, he had somebody with him. They was there.
They saw him go down with that first hit. They was like, "Oh no, this ain't for me."
No, let me tell you, Mike, that ain't what happened. As soon as they saw them make it to them slicky ass lanes, they said, "Nah, nigga, we ain't gonna be able to do that because we ain't gonna slide and get our ass beat on camera. We gonna leave that to you." So they left him right there on the
lane. Though, for footage.
So can you imagine a ride home, yo? Like everybody gotta drive their own car. Like nobody can sit in the car with me after I just got my ass whooped.
Linnea, you got a point. His friends was probably the motherfuckers that was recording.
Yo.
Yeah.
Probably was the ones recorded.
That's a long ride home, man. That's a long ride home.
You gotta know that when you talk shit, you better be prepared to back it up.
Yeah, well, that's true.
I told a motherfucker if I saw him, I was gonna slap him on sight, but they took my fucking car keys, so I couldn't leave. Oh yeah, you was. I know you weren't gonna talk about it, Mike.
Nope.
Oh,
yes. Here you go, yo.
I saw that one.
That's how it is after you lose the fight.
The one who got whooped the most. Look.
They didn't even help him. The boys didn't help him at all.
Sure didn't. But they were filming though. They was taping. Lord,
he ain't shit. He ain't shit at all.
Just take him to the urgent care. Good look at.
You're the guy in the back, the funny one.
I don't know. Danny Lee's brother needed to go to the ER because they slammed his head.
Let me out, yo. You let me out, yo.
They slammed that man's head down on the lane. Why yo in the background doing that?
He like, yo, my man got fucked up, yo. I want to tell you, but you got fucked up.
I told you not to go in there. You always got that person. I told you not to go
quiet zone or what?
I told you not to go over there. I told you not today.
Well,
I got warrants.
Let it be known that the baby got hands
and feet.
And feet.
And a blunt.
Advance. Where you been at Advance? Happy New Year, Advance.
Yeah, he had that blunt, right?
Yeah.
Just like
on the side.
And the professor and I were talking about that earlier. You know, I like the baby. I like, everything he's doing, getting it business acumen and putting himself in the right places, but he can't stay out of shit for nothing.
He messy.
Yeah, he gonna keep doing it. He gonna keep doing it until
he's messy as fuck. But yeah, he's messy.
Keep doing it until he get what he's looking for.
Isn't he young?
Yeah.
Mid-20s, maybe. I'll give him 25, 26. Y'all think he older than that?
He probably not that old.
I don't know.
He about 25. I give about 25, 26.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I mean, I just think about like young Dolph, man. I remember that time we was at the CIAA, and that morning they shot up his fucking tour bus. Remember that, Mike?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they shot. He was in a bulletproof, whatever the fuck. Yeah,
You already
Like
know
that-
when you drive around a bulletproof something.
Right.
So the baby is 30.
Damn.
Oh,
Okay.
He need to grow up.
I'm surprised they live as long as they have. Like I say that to say like I'm saying like young Dolph. Like I remember that, and that was a few years back.
right.
Like they had shot his. We was in North Carolina. Like that morning they shot his fucking tour bus, and then like a month or so later he was in like Texas and they shot up some shit, and then like not too long after that they had shot up some shit. So like, if you'd have been shot at that many times, I'm talking about like a couple hundred rounds that have been found in North Carolina. Motherfucker try to shoot you like that, they definitely try and kill you. Like I don't want to rap no more, nigga.
What did he do after?
Huh?
What did he do after he shot 100 rounds at him? Nigga went to the studio.
He went to the studio. Yeah, went to the studio. Did a concert the next day. Did a day party and some other shit. Yeah, I'm not rapping no more. Y'all sell shoes and I'm at the mall selling shoes and shit. Like I don't nigga. Yo, they be like, yo, ain't you little baby? Nah, that ain't me. I'm grown man now. I sell shoes. Yeah. I'm out there using my real fucking name now. You know, I went from I'm Dwayne. I sell shoes and shit. But that's what I'm saying. I'm surprised they lived as long. Like these motherfuckers, like you can't beat a nigga up like that on video and expect him not to come back and shoot your grandmother house up.
That's
like it's got to be some consequences.
And they don't have no type of codes either.
So I was having a conversation with one of our friends yesterday, and we were talking about a lot of these guys out here on borrowed time. They just don't realize it yet. Like they move in a certain way and they're doing certain things. And you just see the writing on the wall. We've seen guys that we've grown up with. We've seen guys just in the media, and the end result is always the same: jail or the morgue. That seems to be the going rate with that type of behavior. It always ends the same way. I don't know why these young guys think that they're going to be an exception to the rule. Like, if you get shot, like you're not going to die, yo. Like that seemed to be how that shit worked. I mean, last time I checked, that's how it goes, you know. And who wants to live like that, yo? That shit got to be stressful as a motherfucker, yo. You always be worrying about if a motherfucker you gonna be somewhere performing and they're gonna do some shit. No, I ain't gonna use that. But
Chuck performing, I can't take my kids to Chuck E. Cheese knowing I might fuck around and get my ass whooped up here. One about to get killed. Yeah, fuck that, man. I sell shoes. Fucking Al Bundy, yo.
Singing your songs and shit, you performing, motherfucker say, "Get your hand out my pocket." Next thing you know, it's all over. God damn.
That's crazy. That's a fucked up way to live, yo.
That is.
Yeah. Especially when you got money and you're supposed to be living a better life.
I'm telling you.
Let's get some final thoughts. Who wants to go first?
Have a good night. It's been real.
There goes yours. You shot your load early. Ain't no fun when I do it, but you're supposed to be happy when you do it, huh?
Yes,
Okay.
Lord.
Linnea, help this madness, please, darling.
Y'all, just don't make yesterday one day for love. Spread that love around throughout the year, and show how someone's presence, you know, you appreciate them. So don't stop at cards and flowers. You know, give people their, what we say figuratively, give them their flowers now.
I want the real ones now too. Just saying.
That too, but show your appreciation throughout the year.
May.
I don't really have anything, but y'all can tune in tomorrow.
Thank you. You always got something.
Or it's Slick Talk on a Blazing Radio from 7 to 9. You know, squeeze me in there outside of my outside of my sis up here. Squeeze me in if y'all can for a little time. Glam Shan is on tomorrow night as well. So y'all, if y'all can squeeze me in, Slick Talk. You can follow me at Talk That Slick as well. But yeah, that's all I got.
Thanks, boo.
Blazing, because some people are illiterate. It's ABLAZIN, right? Thank you. A Blazing Radio.
Yes.
Check out Mayberry. She's my sister from another mister.
You damn right, nigga.
How is never mind.
No.
Don't ask about. That's my father. Don't ask about Batman. Don't ask. Yeah, don't ask.
Just
don't
tell him
ask
I
about
said
Batman.
Not Batman.
Yeah, Batman.
And he's been calling him that for a long time.
That's my dad. That's my dad.
Today at Professor's house, he been calling him Batman ever since.
That's my dad. We looked up. He was there. He came back. He disappeared. I was like, "What the fuck? Wait a minute. Where you go?" Yeah,
He came to pick you up and put you down. That
was it. He was gone. No buy, no nothing.
That's so funny, but not funny. That just brought a flashback for me. G, go ahead.
I ain't got nothing for real. I mean, I guess I'm gonna say, love the one you with. Something fire in your ass. Light up the world. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. But love the one you with.
I gotta say this real quick to my brother. G, I am so loving your post right now, bruh. Loving it. I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm gonna just leave it.
Just
let
tell
the
me
way
where
let the way you with. Let the way you with me, bro. That's all. Fire in the ass. Light up the world.
Instagram.
Amen.
Professor.
Love it.
Just try to continue to learn something. There's so much information out there. Don't wait for people to try to give you a bone. Go on and do your own research, look up your own information, try to learn something new and do something different every year. I'm learning something all the time. I just had a conversation this morning talking about school, talking about going to high school. And I was saying to myself, I missed the whole hit of high school. Like, I really did. Like, I was in there fucking off, hooking classes, bullshitting. High school or school period really just teaches you how to learn. You go, you get a little bit of information, you go home, you do the homework, you do the quizzes, you do the research, you come back and you bump that up against what you guys already talked about. And that's how you learn. But a lot of times you go to school and you just fuck off. You just want to get this shit over with and move on. But people don't even realize, right? You don't even realize that it's teaching you how to retain information, like you just said. And I missed a lot of that shit. And then you wonder why, as an adult, you struggle with retaining information and trying to figure things out because you missed all of that instruction in life. So, just continue to try to learn something the best you can. It's never too late to put yourself in a better position.
There you go, brother. And I will say, as far as giving flowers, I am very proud of the brother that you've turned out to be, because I don't think my wife would let me hang around you if you were who you used to be. She wouldn't let us be friends.
Yes, I would.
I'm going to be honest. She wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
She says it now, but she wouldn't. She wouldn't let us be friends.
Y'all just don't know my friends from the past. Damn.
Oh gosh. Please don't be like
but seriously,
skeletons falling out of
the professor is one of the reasons why I started reading again so much, because I got tired of him.
That's your smart friend.
Yeah, and I don't like. He ain't gonna be. It's friendly competition. Ain't gonna be.
And don't gas him now. His head already big enough.
I was waiting for Gio, one of them, to say something smart to me.
Hey, no, I left it alone because I've said that over the years that the professor has been a stand-up guy over the last few years. You know what I mean? Like, back then you probably wouldn't even spoke to that motherfucker back 25 years ago. You just seen his ass. Yeah, you'd across the street. You just saw that motherfucker coming, and you'd be like, as a man, you'd have had everything in your fucking shit. You wouldn't open the door. You wouldn't have smoked that nigga. So now he's a mentor. He's the professor. He's a great guy. Yeah, I'm glad to say that I've known him for all these years, because he would have been whooping ass to this day. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Sound like y'all about to sit up here and put a dating show together for the dude. I mean, y'all sitting here giving him accolades and shit, awards.
Oh, I mean, he is a Capricorn. He is a Capricorn. He does like to read and write and arithmetic.
Hold up, G. You gotta give me. Hold up.
Hey,
they
weren't knowing him. They weren't knowing he was doing that shit.
He a Capricorn. Is professor. He's a Capricorn. He likes reading, writing, and arithmetic. He does about 900 push-ups. Yeah, he's definitely looking for a lady, preferably about five light skin, big ass, big titties. You know what I mean? Yeah, my man though.
Welcome to the Cool in the Gang Show.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate y'all. And one day I'll tell a story of how I met G when he took my $5 for lunch.
Yo, stop saying it. It was $4. I think it was like $4. I think. I don't even think it was a whole $5.
It was money.
But you did take it though.
It's okay.
I don't remember.
He's repaid it tenfold since then.
And I'm still waiting on my fucking $3 for my Coolie in the Gang check. So we call it even.
Right. I'll do that.
G, let me in your page, yo. Let me in. I just requested you. Let me in.
Oh, well, yeah. Go ahead, Mike.
Hello. We'll be back next. His page private?
Yeah, motherfucker.
Yo, blocked you. G blocked.
Wait a minute. No. Wait, no. Listen, let me tell you something. I was only on Instagram for like 30, maybe 3 weeks. I've probably been back. I don't post that. Excuse me. I don't post that much. I probably posted maybe 20 things, maybe.
But I love them all.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. I post. I had to cut all the titty shit out because I post a lot of titty shit, and I had to go back and delete some of them posts. Like, damn, I actually posted that.
Yes.
So I did. I posted that shit.
But I'm loving what's going on right now. His posts are amazing. That's all.
Yeah, it's only like 20 posts. Like, I ain't posting nothing crazy, but yeah, as soon as I get off here, I'll look at it.
But it's amazing.
All right, well, we'll be back.
We'll be back tomorrow. Tuesday, y'all.
Tomorrow? Shit.
Oh, I had to correct myself. Old age.
I'll be on tomorrow. I'm 42. Tomorrow. There's something for y'all to watch tomorrow. Tune in to Blazing Radio.
That's right.
Blazing
Radio.
Well, with the 40-inch slip. It was
Yes.
a 40-inch slip.
Slick Talk on the Blazing Radio tomorrow. Black Fatal Hoodoo should be dropping a new episode.
Probably dropping 3.
3 new episodes. God damn, Lynette work harder than all of them. 3 goddamn episodes. What the fuck? Shit. So we'll see. We'll be back next week. I had fun tonight. Hope you all did too. Bring a friend with you next week. We enjoy what we do. Please go to the websites and all that. Buy some of this merch.
I just want one. Can you ship me a shirt?
You gotta go. We don't have them in stock.
Oh yeah, I don't have them in
stock.
stock.
Go on the website and get it.
Wayne said I talked to you. Yeah, Wayne. Wayne
just post the link.
I talked to Wayne about that.
Wayne
he said
ain't but Wayne ain't but 2 cartwheels and a jump away from me.
I know. I didn't realize he still got screens left, so we need to use the rest of those screens too. So I'm gonna get him to print up some more at the house.
I need a hoodie
until I put a new order in.
Yeah.
All right,
Wayne,
y'all.
I need a hoodie.
I want a jacket. Mike had the only jacket. Don't you still got that jacket, Mike?
Hannah had one.
I got a Blockworks one, but I don't have a Coolie.
Dan Mayberry had one.
No. Mike got a Coolie in the Gang. Mike got a Coolie in the Gang one.
That's the difference. Boom. Don't try it. We had a Blockworks. We want Coolie in the Gang, Nick.
You heard her.
I'm working on it, y'all. I'm trying to
get nigga, I'll buy y'all. Buy. I'm trying that shit. That nigga been working on that shit for 30 years.
Peace and blessings. Love the one you with. Hate
I use that. Yeah, don't use my shit. I use that.
Before you provoke the powers within.
Yes.
Boom.
Amen. Peace and blessings. See y'all next week.
Later.
Shout out to IG. We love IG.
I say.
How do I end this shit?
I don't know. You the boss. Boss.